cousin is the one who kicked the door in.
My concern is that he has an open aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Welcome to Bench Report Court Cam.
You see it.
You too. What's up? I like your tie.
Thank you. Likewise. Your Honor, I have on today's docket Mr. DeTravius Bell.
Bell. Okay.
Mr. Bell was in custody, so he's under bond conditions.
He's out.
He's out, yes, Your Honor.
So he's out on bond for an aggravated assault now, right?
Aggravated assault as well. At Fort Bend, yeah. So he's on step deferred adjudication out of Fort Bend County, Your Honor. And then he has these two new charges that he picked up. I thought you were saying in Harris County.
No, I'm just curious. What all does he have open at this time?
So it's just the Fort Bend County case, Your Honor. And I'm happy to apprise you of the facts and make sense.
No, I'm just, can you apprise what happened in this case, please?
Yes. So on February 24th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a burglary of a residence in progress call in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the complainant, the property manager, and the complainant stated that she was working around 11:30 a.m. and received a call from a witness who was working the pool and notified her that the defendant had kicked down the front door to a unit and the defendant had entered the unit. The complainant stated the defendant had been evicted from the apartment that morning and was given a reasonable amount of time to gather their stuff and leave. Once the complainant confirmed with the defendant that his stuff had been secured, the complainant locked the unit. The complainant stated the defendant still came back and kicked down the front door and entered inside to grab items. The damage was $650. The defendant stated that he was at the corner store near the apartment and that he was not in the unit, nor did he kick down the front door. The defendant stated that he was there to help with his cousin and did not do anything wrong. The officer observed a writ of possession taped to the door, stating on February 24, 2025, the tenant was served and a trespass warning was attached to it. The defendant gave the law enforcement officer a false name, DeTravius Bell, date of birth, March 26, 2000. Officer asked multiple times, to which the defendant confirmed his name was correct. And the defendant was later ID'd via APHIS to be DeTravius Bell, revealing the defendant to have an outstanding out-of-county warrant out of Fort Bend for failure to appear for the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Can I speak, Your Honor? My understanding of the facts, without saying this is what he said, but it was him and his cousin. The officers were responding to a description. His cousin also has dreads, Your Honor. They were moving out of the apartment that day. He took a break to go to the store to go get an iced tea. And his cousin found out that they had locked the door on him or whatever. And his cousin is the one who kicked the door in. But they both have dreads. He was coming back to the location. If you notice, he wasn't at the location when they detained him. He was coming back to the location. They stopped him and asked him his name. And because he had this out-of-county issue in Fort Bend County, he gave a different name because he wasn't sure why they were stopping him. But he wasn't there. He's totally caught off surprise with all of this. And it's of note that he was residing with his cousin and they'd just been evicted that morning. So they were moving their stuff out. So the conversation reads as if, or the DIMS reads as if it was all with him. It's not reading that it was with two different people.
Can you run the NCIC? My concern is that he has an open aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Is he on probation? Or is it just an open case?
He's on probation and it was an open warrant for failure to appear.
Which is why we're appearing
You
now.
realize that you're on probation for an extremely serious case that could land you in prison for like 20 years. Do you realize this? No, I don't think you do. You can go to prison for a very long time. And it's a 3G offense, meaning that whatever you get sentenced to, you have to do half the time before you're even eligible for parole. So if they sentence you to 12 years, you have to do 6 until you're even eligible for parole. Do you understand? You must live like you have a freaking halo over your head because you've now picked up these two cases. Well, I don't even know if you're on probation, but if you are, and now you've picked up these two cases, Fort Bend isn't like Harris County. Brazoria isn't like Harris County. Brazos isn't like Harris County. They are a lot tough. Do you get my drift? What are you doing with yourself now?
I currently had a job. I lost a job when I went to jail, but I'm trying to get back to street well now.
People who have too much time on their hands become self-destructive. Mr. Bell, I don't want you smoking anything. I don't want you using alcohol, and I'm going to test you to make sure that you're not. Do you understand? And I want you back here in 2 weeks to show me what you are doing with your life, either a job or actively enrolled in school. And if you're not doing anything, it's really not going to go well for you. Those are probably conditions that are on your felony probation as it is. Do you understand? So I'm going to ensure that you're not going to fall through the cracks. Get my drift? So you either do it the right way or you're going to end up with me. I'm sending you now for a drug test.
Okay, got it.
I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you so I know where you are and you're not to go out in the middle of the night. Do you understand? And I want you back here in 2 weeks to show me what you have done. I want to see like 25 applications, or you must be actively enrolled in school. Do you understand? Okay, got it. Thanks, sir.
Thanks for watching. Stick around longer and click the highlighted videos to your right. See you there.